She is us when we're about to like prematurely. It's coming no matter what. You are not in control of this situation. And welcome to another grand episode of Dots and Lines. This is where we talk all things nerddom, where the Wednesday Warriors meet the hard A's. Haven't said that in a while. So we're going to talk anime, manga, comics, and everything in between. So please introduce yourselves, fellas.
Hello, it's your boy, me, Connell, your friendly neighborhood Renaissance man. I do all the things with all the stuff.
Hello, friend. It is Mr. Sniffles. Digadez. His name is Desmond.
And I am Grayson Red, a big old nerd who was going to have to edit out the terrible joke one of us made right before this opened.
It was funny.
I'm not gonna say who it was, but someone just kind of ran themselves out. All right. Big week, a lot of stuff to talk about. I will say I kind of wish that we were recording Sunday, so that way we could talk about the next episode of the thing we are going to introduce. Can you guess it? One Piece. Yes. One Piece. This was a very wholesome episode. We learned more about we learned more about the Giants world. We also get that reconnection between Robin and Jaguar D. Saul. It was good. It was wholesome. Made me feel great. Unfortunately, things are about to go left with the illusions of the Holy Knights. How'd y'all feel about this episode?
I feel like we're finally getting to the point. Finally.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not really too on One Piece, so but it was cool to see, this character get, get to see like who would look like their father figure. I'm sure something like that,
Yeah.
something to that. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't get the reference. They said she was labeled as like a destroyer or something like that. What was it? Mark of Death or something?
Yeah, she was a demon child. So
yeah,
government propaganda is the reason why she was named as a demon child. She was part of an island of people who were uncovering what is known as the Void Century. For whatever reason, the government's holding on to that secret like the Epstein files. And whenever anyone gets any way type close to it, they want to kill them. We have a whole island of historians, so they destroy the whole island. She was clearly one of those islanders, and she can read the road poneglyphs, which help discover more stuff. I don't need to get into all that. So, because she was the sole survivor of a literal genocide, the government spun it and said, "Oh, she's the one who burned down the village. She is the one who killed everybody." And Jaguar D. Soul saved her or helped save her so she wouldn't get killed, even though he was working for the Navy at the time. That's why he has those scars.
Word.
Government propaganda. What? The government destroying knowledge. What?
Never.
That's not real. Not at all.
So when you say it goes left, right, is it part of flashbacks? Because another thing I got to see that was kind of cool was the Big Mom type of deal with it. I was like, okay, cool. Would have never have thought Big Mom would have anything to do with Elbath.
Well, she likes to have babies, and she wanted to have a giant baby so she could be part of the greatest army on Earth, because that is what the Giants are. They are the strongest nation on Earth fighting wise. Problem with that is you can't force that on people. That's weird, Big Mom.
Still need consent to breed.
Yes.
No Cosby over here.
No Cosby. I thought she was a giant.
No, she's just big.
No, she just
if she is giant, which I do not believe she is, she's maybe half. Maybe she's definitely not like full giant. Maybe
she's a massive person.
So are a lot of people though. Like if you look at One Piece, their proportions are all weird. Like look at whatchamacallit. Whitebeard was huge, and he was a straight up human.
True. Him and Linlin were the same sizes at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I see the appeal though of of One Piece. It's just I had to get the context from the earlier episodes. But
Oh, bro,
yeah.
just watch 1,000 episodes, bro.
Nah,
Yeah.
the Netflix.
Sniffles, I'm not gonna hold you. I thought you was about to say I see the appeal of Big Mom.
Nah.
Hold on. We gotta be real. Back in the day, she was all right.
Skinny Lin.
Back in the day, she had it. You know, after like the 58 kids or whatever,
Oof.
things went. Oh yeah, she has. I don't think I'm exaggerating that much. She might have had literally 58.
She has a football team.
Yeah, for sure. And she has to cut some people.
Yeah.
Just like a team. You know,
Yeah.
Some people could just make it the practice squad.
Actually, she was doing all that because she was very much so inclusive. She wanted the world to have world peace, so she wanted to have a child of every race. Like, think about like a chick that wants to have like an African baby, an Asian baby, a white baby. That was Big Mom. Only slightly more homicidal.
No comment. Because that's wild, bro.
It's the truth. She has 46 sons and 39 daughters.
God damn.
You trying to have an infinity gauntlet of races is extremely wild.
That's Lin.
Especially when like sometimes you don't ask for the consent. Because the way you made it seem like she put that to the Giants. She's like, all right, who going to end up in me?
Big mama.
She said, all right, drop them draws. I'm here.
She definitely pulled that on a couple
Figure
people.
it out.
Listen, she's too strong to say no to, unfortunately. And we don't need to get into the consensual part of that. But when you're a pirate, I guess you follow your own rules here.
Yeah, shout out to the Yonkos.
Shout out to the Yonkos. I do want to mention this. There is some teaser imagery for what is coming out this week, this Sunday, when this starts airing. The Holy Knights are going to touch down. Spoilers!
Spoiler.
We finally get to meet Shank's twin brother. That's all I'm going to say.
You coming with the spoiler.
That is a spoiler. Shanks has a 40-inch bust down.
That he does have a 40-inch bust down, 100%. And by the way, he is voiced by the voice actor of Kaiba.
No, it's not Chris Sabat. Damn, doing too much.
Maybe it'll be Chris Sabat, but like this is going to be the Japanese version.
If I could throw a title out there for the next episode after we see this, A Pimp Named Shanks.
100%. I like that. A pimp named Shanks. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Retro. name in the episode.
I just thought about it.
Did you guys keep that last episode was 66 and the name of the episode was Star Wars related?
No, what was the name of the episode?
Wait, what's
Darth
the significance of 66 and
Star Wars? Oh, yeah.
Order 66.
Where
they kill all the Jedi because Anakin goes bad.
That's the name of the genocide?
Did he? Yeah, the name of the genocide is called Order 66. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Anakin didn't really go bad. They didn't give him a choice. Whole different conversation.
Listen, sometimes numerology and it's just all part of the plan, man.
You're not gonna gaslight me tonight, Phil. I'm not playing that shit. All right. Let's get on the witch hat.
Hilarious. Speaking of Darth Coco. So in this episode, we don't get a lot of Coco, but we do see much. She went through it. Yeah, she went through it, but we get a lot of Quifrey being a psychopath, which I love.
Yeah, we get this touching moment where like it looks like Agat is finally warming up to Coco, like, yo, why are you being so nice to me? And before she can really answer, she just gets sick, like dangerously sick.
Yeah. I thought Agat was about to spit in her face and say, you gave me these silly ass shoes. Because Agat's been hating the whole time.
She has been hating the whole time. Yeah, she was hating early on the episode when everyone was talking about their dreams. I'm like, damn.
It makes sense with her backstory, given that they say, like, oh, she's from a family of librarians, right?
Yeah.
And then with that, we get the connection between her and Coco. Coco is like, my dream is to get to this library so I can find out how to fix the stuff with my mom. Horrible nightmare sequence, by the way. But the fact that, so this show, again, I say it every week, it does a good job of mixing whimsy and horror. And not like casual horror, like real like horror anime. Like this should be rated M sometimes.
Listen, man, horror has always struck a chord in people, but combining it with themes that make us feel good, that roller coaster of emotions, it hacks our brain. I'm realizing that. I realized that with what's going on with the Absolute Universe, and when I watch this show, I get the same thing. And I think it's a great formula. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, the first, what is this, like episode 9? Like this is what it's doing is really good. Like, I mean, like I said, I compared it to Gachi Acta, how that was the first couple episodes, but even then, I would say Gachi Acta really kicked off on the second core. This is just kicking off, just
off
the first season and off the first couple of introductory episodes, because like you said, the nightmare sequence is it, the ending tension between Tatar, the Silver Boy, and Quifrey, like it's a lot of just moments in this episode. It's just like, damn, crazy. Like this is a whole ass roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to mention too is just the boy Tatar and him in town playing with the other boys, and like, oh man, I bet you can't wait to do a bunch of witch stuff because you're from a witch family. And he's just like, yeah, one day maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, and shout out to them having a little black boy in there. Freeman, you need it. You on the clock, Freeman. You on the clock, Freeman. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody in this show is Scottish or Irish.
Everyone's Scottish. And you have to understand, magic isn't just important. It's one of the most sacred things that we have in the world. We can't have regular normies and Muggle Bloods have it.
Muggle Bloods.
By the way, Zeno Robinson, that dude that we've talked about on multiple voices, he's also in this show. He's a character. He's the character. He's the boy that got saved.
Oh, okay.
From the ravine, and he comes back up later on. Spoilers.
Word. Okay. Yeah. Oh no. Does he?
Generational run.
Does he become
evil? Tabber. He's a whole
man. We'll talk about that later. But Witch Hat is great. Quifrey's a psychopath, but this scene, they're fucking with Quifrey.
I don't even think he was. I don't even think he was fucking with him, because like when you talk about the metal and the thing happening, like that makes so much sense for how you would be able to share magic back and forth, right? And I think he planted the thing there for Coco, but it was like how Naruto had like the Nine Tails thing. And as it got progressively worse, the seal would slowly break over time. Yeah. I think the seal on the bottle just broke, and there were fail safes put in place as like a tripwire. He was like, "Oh, you're fucking with my magic."
Yeah, for sure. The Brim Hat definitely said at the end, "Oh, I went to all that work to do this," and it da. So there was definitely a tripwire, like you said. But him posted up over Quifrey like this was very much so unnecessary. There is no need for this.
Or farming. What you mean? Piccolo do it all the time.
He's terrorizing him. He knows it. And I'm cool with it because it gives Quifrey even more fire and more psychopathic juice to chase after him. He's paralyzed right now, totally immobile, and a guy is hanging over him saying,
emoting him.
Maybe next time.
He's emoting him like Fortnite. You got to be quicker than that. But then the fact that like after this moment was great. We get to see the balancing of two different kinds of spells, because we get to see first the electricity, which paralyzes you. Then I'm gonna drown you. Then I'm going to electrify the water that you're in that's currently drowning you. Like what? Had it been anybody other than Quifrey, they would have died.
Possibly. For sure. Great episode, man. Yeah. Another banger.
There are a lot of lore that you can get into with this, between them saying that the twin bottle like technique was used like for healing, the whole 5 testing, like
that too.
You become a witch, and then on the 5th you can have like an apprentice. The actual nightmare sequence, what the Brim Hat was saying to Coco, like they're gonna blame you, and the world is gonna crumble, and it's gonna be your fault, and I can't wait.
Child of Destiny from the dark side, like what?
Darth Coco, baby, Darth Coco.
What happened at the end of the episode? I don't remember what happened at the end of the episode.
The Silver Boy, like, yeah, they drop her off at the hospital.
Okay. And pops.
Quifrey's just like, you're a little too observant, boy. Do you know?
Oh yeah,
that's the vibe that it gives. Because you're a very observant boy. Nigga, like, why would you say that?
He's like, don't make me kill you. Don't make me. I'll do it. I got no qualms with doing it. I'll make you disappear, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Yeah,
don't make me up the pole.
I want to ask you a question, but I think it's just like, can he, like the All Might, like, can I become a hero too? Can I be a witch? You not gonna only see silver? Because the next episode is a promise in silver or something. So I don't think they'll talk about Papa, who's just been going through it. But
Papa got dementia now. He forgave him with dementia, which has to be one of the worst things that can happen to a person because there's no way to track it. A part of your memory is just gone.
It's just gone. I doubt there's a spell to reverse it either.
But I mean, there probably is, but it's illegal. My question is, right, with the Silver Eyes, I don't understand why they can't do magic because they're just drawing stuff and the ink is black. He's not blind.
I don't quite understand either.
Maybe depth perception, like you don't know which.
Shit just looks silver.
Look, you can see how intricate it is, like with spoiler alert, all this is spoiler alert, but like when Coco gave back Tatia her shoes, right? Like she basically Braun Baker speared Quifrey because like part of the lines are too long. Like it's really meticulous. So even off by like whatever, just to only see silver. I don't know. That might not be the best thing for you.
I mean, but you should still be able to learn.
No, but because you're not even. You're right. It's not just regular paper that you have to draw on. You have to draw on all types of things, right? Yeah. And if you have to draw on something that's too close to that scale, then when you're drawing, you could just make a wrong turn and then make a circle, and the spell could be disastrous. You don't even know. I can totally see that now.
So then, why not make ink that is?
They can only make one type of ink.
Yeah, but they put powders in it that can change the type of ink that it is, right?
That would change the properties probably too much, right? Yeah. How much can you take black ink and change it before it's another color, and then it's not even the same type of ink?
Yeah, that's true. They out here.
They go figure it out.
I told you before, just give that nigga some glasses. Give him some magic glasses. All right, I know you guys could do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to because you're an exclusionary society that doesn't want certain people to have power. The more people don't have power, the more powerful you are. Another conversation.
Discrimination. No wheelchair ramps anywhere in that world at all.
Speaking of magic, Digga, you have a concept you want to talk about. A nice show that you've been loving.
Yeah. Just trying to get these people caught up. Since I, gave the prologue, with the Wistoria sword and wand. So, after the aftermath, it's graduation day. He, becomes the 50th member to graduate because they gave him credit for inventing his own spell. Like part of the way you can graduate is a whole bunch of credits, or you invent your whole spell. Like Shorty did, like she got 12 of her own spells. So he's following her footsteps, trying to get to the tower, and now he's actually in the tower. It's basically like selection day. Our boy Evil Bakugo in this world, he gets chosen by the fire one. Like pretty much all of them get to choose, but our girl Alfia, which is the ice one. And yeah, he basically didn't pass it. Like he got a section from everyone at the second part of it, but when he had to choose, another hating ass magician was just like, nah, I don't like this guy. His magic only revolves around getting hit like with other magic, like how Asta's sword could move, like So that's kind of what that was. And basically, he didn't pass the other magicians like tests. So he has to try again in a week.
Oh, that's crazy.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's hurdles and hurdles.
Ass wizard.
For sure.
Hating, bro.
For what?
Yo, I know it's part of the story. And let that nigga be great, bro. Like,
bro. But no, Wistoria is it's probably like maybe 5 or 6 episodes now into the season. So, nothing crazy. You know,
I gotta binge to get back in, man. You make it sound so fun.
Yeah, it does sound like a very fun
ride.
anime.
Yeah, it's a cool little ride. The cast, you know, it's really more Will centered right now, and we saw a little bit more about the Elfie and Rusty. They had a little funeral for Rusty, the roommate. So RP to him. But
the roommate.
Yeah, but he did get to see Will graduate, so that was cool.
It's a real great time for fantasy anime right now. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this much fantasy anime that wasn't isekai.
Yeah, all in 1 year like this.
Yeah, no. It's a great year. Now we just need something grimdark. We just need something like dark fantasy.
Yeah, I can't wait for Elusive Samurai next season 2 too. That's gonna be like July, June, probably.
Yeah. I don't think I know any grimdark fantasy, but I guess beside Berserk, right?
Yeah, we don't need to get that dark right now.
Oh man.
God bless those folks that are just getting into Berserk.
Oof. They got a journey.
They got a chapter coming out soon, right? I think I read that. I think I read that they have like a chapter coming out soon.
I hope so. I don't want to disrespect that man's legacy. You know, he has his assistant that knows what's going to happen in the story.
Yeah. I think he's finally moving.
Yeah. I will say that's a cautionary tale for, you know, some of these mangaka that don't want help with their stories.
Yeah.
You have all these assistants and all that, but like, you know, life is short and life is precious. If you keep giving your life to something, you're not able to finish it. You know, that's a sad way to go.
Yeah.
I'm leave that to go.
George R. Martin.
That book ain't the TV show ruined that book because he had an idea in his head and then they put it on TV and it was dog shit.
Nigga said, nah. Nah, I'm good.
He is right. He gonna die before them books come out.
That's funny.
To each their own, bro. That's why I don't know. When we're not gonna talk about this forever, but that's why One Piece is probably gonna go down as the greatest. To go this long and stay this consistent, you know, we're never gonna see no shit like this again.
It's the Odyssey. It's the Odyssey and the Iliad. This is a modern epic. We don't have any of those.
Was the Odyssey coming out weekly?
I mean, I don't know, man. It was probably dropping poems in the square every week.
It probably was.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying is there's an interview where assistant or editor for One Piece talked about the first time meeting Oda, and Oda asked him to do some shit. He was like, "Yeah, I got you." And then Oda got real fucking intense. Was like, "I need you to be willing to die for One Piece." It's like, oh shit.
And that's why he's the greatest. That's why he's the greatest for that. He's like, are you about to die about this shit? If not, then move along.
Bro.
Go draw something else.
Go draw something else.
Gang banging over here.
And that's not even my favorite book, but it's just like at this point, I mean, 25, 30 years, nigga. You got some shit in your spirit I just don't have.
Yeah. You got that dog in him. You got that Kobe.
You got that Kobe. Let's shift gears here. Let's talk about a book that is not ending anytime soon and whose distributors actually give a shit about giving us consistent work. Absolute Wonder Woman.
God, that cover is amazing.
This cover is so good. I want to marvel at the art real quick. Look at this, man. Look at this cover. What are we doing? Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so we all remember what happened the last issue. They freed Zatanna's dad, and Victoria Kale was like, "Well, we're just gonna capture you back. Like, we see you, nigga. You're right here. So let's grab you back. Let's go back. Let's go back."
In the flesh.
I'm trying to get back to the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our girl Diana, you know, fighting this weird thing that is supposed to be caging up Zatara. And she's doing her best to fight back. But, you know, she's just one lady. She already fought some magic users. Remember, she also fought Giganta. blah, blah, blah. So she doesn't
was
do
just
that
teasing.
hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
she was
things are
just
not
teasing.
literally.
Jeez.
Literally. She's not doing well. They catch her at her weakest. And Victoria Kale's like, oh, damn. It looks like Zatara got away because Zatanna used like a teleportation spell. So she's like, you know what? I never liked you. Let's capture you instead, Wonder Woman. Get your ass over here, girl.
This paneling is crazy.
Hayden Sherman is doing the work of their fucking life. This is insane. Every time I pick up a book from them, they go crazy inside with the paneling, as if the art itself isn't enough.
Shout out to the medium of comics.
Shout out to the medium of comics, dog. And it's no joke. She gets captured. Absolute Wonder Woman is definitively captured. She's kind of screwed. They're about to do experiments on her. They're drawing blood from her. It's gross and weird, and it's not looking good for her. She keeps trying to escape, and as soon as she tries to escape, they electrocute the fuck out of her. It's also like this weird type of thing that like shows you it's a special type of torture, essentially. It's not just electricity, as you can see by it being like black lightning. No relation.
The overlaying of those two panels with her looking at her while she's screaming. Ugh.
Said again.
Stupid.
Mind you, this is the stuff that Zatanna was going through when she was captured. Not to the extent of Wonder Woman, because she's like crazy powerful, so they have to do more to hurt her. But she was getting this basically every day, essentially.
Couldn't she just magic her arm away and then magic it back and then rip off the thing?
If you have to do a specific spell, I know with her hand, she had to do a specific thing to get the arm to come off, and she's chained up.
Okay.
So she can't. And even if, okay, so boom, she takes the arm away. She has to do another just as intricate spell just to get the arm back.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't have an arm free to do it, then what are we doing?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. While all this is happening, if you guys remember, she made a deal with Hades and Persephone, blah, blah, blah. There, at any point in time, once a year, she has to spend a month in Hades or the Underworld, whatever you want to call it. Long story short, the price for her being free is that at some point in time, she has to be locked up. And of course, in typical absolute Wonder Woman fashion, it's going to happen at the worst time possible. Remember, she got locked up, and not only is she trying to escape, but Barbara Minerva's locked up too. So she's like, yo, I got to escape so I can get Barbara. I got to escape so I can get Barbara. And the gods are like, nope. She's like, no, not now, not now, not now, no, 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 no. Like, she is us when we're about to like prematurely ejaculate. It's coming no matter what. You are not in control of this situation. And a hand from Hades comes and grabs her.
This is right while she's chained up.
While she's chained up. She has no say in this.
God.
She's finna pay this price. Mind you, Victoria's out here telling her, looks like your girl left you. And Barbara's like, no. Oh, no, we have the footage. She left you. Hand came and grabbed her. She's out of the way. Sorry. And you can't see it here because I cropped it out a little bit, but the cheetah's laying at her feet. And they've already been experimenting on Barbara a little bit from what I can tell because they have her bleeding. I mean, to me, easily, that means they're about to make her the next cheetah as she is in, mainline comics. And she's probably going to have a grudge on her because Wonder Woman's going to be gone for a month.
Yikes.
So in her mind, she really did just leave her for dead. And they were in the same building.
What's crazy about that, too, is like with her being in the Underworld, they're probably not doing anything. Sitting around at a table playing Uno or something. Like, because there's nothing to do. What is there to do? What are they going to do? Throw her in a fighting pit and let her fight for a month? For what?
No, what they're about to do is say, you got to pay the piper. It don't matter. It don't matter. Don't matter. I'm a god. I want you to do what I say.
You got to come here and just hang out. Hang out with Cerberus for a bit.
Yeah, right. Yo, watch my dog real quick. Good looks. Listen, I love this issue. It just shows how like harrowing and terrible and kind of sucky it is to keep dealing with magic. There really is a price.
Yeah.
Every time she uses magic, something bad happens later on. Like she has a whole primordial magic being that's just roaming out there that no one's talking about. That she made from all the times that she used magic to fix all her problems.
It's all good. Kelly Sherman, she gonna make sure that Athena plotline comes into play, while she's serving that sentence, I'm sure.
The only thing I want to see is absolute Constantine. That's it.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. There's apparently like 2 more absolute books in the works right now. We'll see what they will be. And they're not the absolute Catwoman and the absolute Green Arrow that just came out. There's something being worked on.
Okay.
Allegedly, there's 2 things coming because absolute Catwoman is only 6 issues, and so is absolute Green Arrow. So there's going to be free space on the roster.
Constantine, just give me absolute Constantine, but make him like a wholesome person who doesn't.
I think it's going to be Aquaman. I told y'all before what Jeremy Adams' pitch was, which sounded great. And Scott Snyder said he heard a pitch that was really good, but he's going to try to work it in. I don't know if it's the same one. We'll see.
It's the boy. It's the homie.
Yeah.
W the go. Scott Snyder.
DubDub.
DubDub. All right. We have some other news.
Yeah.
Speaking of DC, we got some other news. Do you guys like black people? I'm asking you. You like black people?
Yeah.
60-40.
I enjoy our people.
Depends on the
day. Have you ever liked the Teen Titans?
I do love Dick.
We do in fact stand Dick, yes.
Now, what if I told you one of our favorite black people was joining the Teen Titans? That's right, y'all.
It's legendary.
That's right. Finally, some motion in regards to Static. We've got our boy Virgil Hawkins joining the Teen Titans. And the new Titans, issue number 38. I apologize. Just the Titans. The Teen Titans are a separate thing.
Him and Cyborg both black, but they 2 different kinds of black.
Oh, yeah, because 100%. Cyborg was born rich.
Yeah.
That's a fact. His dad was like a millionaire scientist working for a corporation. And that's okay. I don't want black people to be a monolith. Hey, can I tell you something?
Not at all. Yeah.
I don't want every nigga to speak jive. I don't want every nigga to speak like Carlton. There's a whole bunch of mix in between. So let both of them exist. Not a monolith. By Odin's Fade. Yeah. I actually own that comic.
Bad.
So this is picking up because they don't really want to give him a 1 yet, but they're gonna throw him in a main line as a Teen Titan, but not a teen because they're just regular Titans.
Yeah.
Well, Virgil isn't a teen anyway. Apparently he's in college as of what we saw in the Dakota incident.
Good.
Okay.
Age him up a bit.
Yeah, age him up a little bit. There is a whole bunch of behind the scenes talks about what they're doing with all the characters. In particular,
not by Superboy, I don't think.
Superboy's up. Superboy's gonna be part of the Titans, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
I thought they de-aged him. I thought they turned him back into a little boy.
No, so in Superman Unlimited, if I remember correctly, he was fighting a 5th dimensional imp. And to screw with him, he brought back him as a kid before he was traumatized and then, eventually grew up.
So they tested it, see if it would test well. Didn't test well.
I don't think it's no, he's still around. He's still around right now. So it's not about testing. Like it's happening.
No, I'm saying Kid Superboy is still around
right now. He just got ripped through time and brought in front of John Kent to screw with him because he kind of finally came to peace with who he is right now. So they shoved who he was before in front of his face, which is really fucked up. One day we're going to talk about how they do torture porn with John Kent. Like he has been before. The reason he aged up is because he was sent off into space with his homicidal grandpa. was put on a planet by himself for 3 years, in which Ultraman came to visit him, torture him, and then leave him, right? Then he was fucked with an absolute power where he was turned evil and had a whole bunch of robots take over part of his body. And then he gets fucked with again by showing like an innocent version of him before all this happened, right after he comes to terms with what he is.
That first one was Bendis, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Bendis did that. Bendis made a 12-year-old get trapped in space forever and have to be alone for years on end. But we don't talk about that. I'm here to talk about happy stuff.
So, okay, I'll get back to what I'm about to say. That DAP is finna be legendary.
I love it. I'm a big John Kent fan, so I'm happy about this.
I like how they got the electricity Superman too, which is a nice callback to when Superman split himself.
Well, that's the power set that John Kent has. Tom Taylor did a run where he can basically activate his blue lightning powers at will.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk for a second about legacy characters, right? I think one of the reasons why they make John go through the ringer is because we've been with Superman for so long that anything Superman does is like he's grandfathered into like it's going to be a struggle if Superman is dealing with it because we know he's Superman. So anything that stands in his way is going to be a struggle that we have to like watch him endure. But John doesn't have that level of currency. We just know him as Superman's son.
For sure.
The same thing with like Damian.
Here's the thing, though. Damian was able to have a real arc. When I started reading comic books, Damian was like the most hated character.
Yeah.
And they just kept making the stories. And Grant Morrison did not give a single fuck about what any reader thought. Bro was going to tell the story, right? So they let him grow up and make his mistakes and come back. And it was almost kind of uninterrupted because it was one character that really had a good idea for him.
Yeah.
The problem with John was when he was introduced, it was kind of broken up from the start because the Superman run that had him with his dad was goated. It was great. Patrick Gleason and Peter J. Tomasi was writing it. And then Bendis came in and said, I want to write Superman. And Peter J. Tomasi was like, yeah, but I'm in my story. Nigga said, I want to write Superman. And DC obliged. So instead of that, letting that natural growth happen, because John Kent was a very popular character 10 years ago. Don't get it twisted. People loved the yin to the yang of Damian Wayne. Super Sons book was really popular too. They even made a movie about it.
Yeah.
But during that development, letting us love that character, it got chopped in half and then screwed into another part of a weird story that Bendis wanted to do because he really wanted to age him up. And in the aging him up, you shifted the character. We're not in love with that 12-year-old anymore. You gave us a 17-year-old that we haven't known for years. That's weird.
Yeah.
Instead of letting us, I don't think he'll ever be as big as Superman, but let us love him for who he is. Switching up who he is in the middle of us getting to know him is a way to doom a character. And they haven't been able to figure out what to do with John Kent since.
Yeah. That's because Superman still exists and he is mini Superman, whereas Damian is his own character. Damian is 100%. A Robin, but Damian is still son of the demon. Like he's still all these other things, whereas John Kent is just Superboy.
Yeah. And we could have maybe found out more about him and seen how he's different.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, we didn't get that chance because Bendis, as much as I love and respect him, he screwed up that character arc. He just did.
Yeah. Yeah, but I am excited to see Static and moving closer into mainline, and I think we'll start to get this more and more as like small pieces. Now all we need is James Gunn to be like, oh, we got a character everybody likes, let's make a movie about him, and then it's up from there. I don't think he'll do that, but
that nigga does not have the right to do that. Literally.
Yeah.
The nigga literally doesn't have the right to do that. And God bless him. I think wasn't this the name of an episode? Stop asking James Gunn about Static.
It's the semi-annual. It's the homie episode.
So couldn't Milestone make a movie about Static, or the rights like really, really weird?
It's really weird because they have distribution through DC, which means they have to do whenever they do something big with the character. I'm sure they have to run it by DC, even though they own the character, right?
Yeah.
That being said, because they use them as a distribution arm, that means that them niggas don't got money like that.
Yeah, that's true. Because they had it.
So how the fuck? How are you gonna raise the capital to make that movie?
I mean, honestly, if they ran a crowdfunding campaign for it,
God bless you. I would love to see that. I would donate immediately.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I don't think niggas understand because they happen to see the big success stories. If you make a crowdfunding joint and it flops, you're dooming your franchise. You are dooming your brand because you're showing the numbers that prove, no, actually, we're not that interested.
Yeah.
It is not that. And to make a movie, let's make a short animated movie. You're talking about, if it's a shitty one, $300,000 if it's shitty.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. If it's a good one, if it's a damn good one, then you're talking about probably 2-3 million. If we're talking about one that can actually be in theaters, then we're talking about numbers I can't even calculate. So it's like, it's a different world. I'm very excited to see that they have some motion with Static. There's stuff behind the scenes they're not telling us about. There's rumors of them having books lined up that they're charging up, but we got to support this, but we got to prove that, we want to see Static. And it sucks because I've been yapping about forever, we need to pre-order the Milestone book. Okay, make sure you pre-order the second run, the second print. All right, now make sure that you pre-order Static to prove to them. I feel like we're proving over and over again that we want these characters, but we got to buy.
Yeah.
We got to buy. If we don't buy, then DC, no matter what campaigns we run, they'll be like, sure, nigga.
It's not making no money. Why are we doing it? That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Comic book game crazy.
Comic book game is crazy. It's so crazy that we'll have a book that is successful have no answer to its follow-up, and another book that's also very successful and prematurely with the rest of its line, even though it is got a good future ahead of it. Almost like the Ultimates, issue number 24.
We're finally here.
We're finally here, y'all. We're finally here.
Sure. So what happens?
This is the Get Back issue. This is a whole bunch of niggas getting a get back, bro. Like, for real. So we open up with, the Monk Hulk talking to his constituents about how they need to take control again. And She-Hulk going batshit crazy. Saying, all right, I'm going to get my get back. Run me the ones, Hulk. Remember, he's in this weird place. It's basically Kunlun or whatever, but the Ultimates version of it, so they call it heaven. And he's been running that for a long time, but they're on war. They're on a war in all fronts, so all the Ultimates are going to all the different teams to take down all the sovereigns of all the nations. While all this is happening, by the way, I just want to say a lot of great art in this, a lot of great action scenes, a whole bunch of violence. While all this is happening, we have the Ultimate Shang-Chi getting ready to fight the Hulk in Kunlun, or Heaven, whatever they call it in this universe. I forget, forgive me. And the Hulk ain't having that shit. He's like, nigga, it's Big Hulk, okay? I do this. I will kill everyone that you brought with me. All these people that you think are going to help you, yada, yada, yada. I'm really good at killing people. Get the fuck out of my way. And that is responded to with Shang-Chi dogging him the fuck out.
Oh.
So it's a real cool flip on the lore of Shang-Chi. Remember, for Iron Fist, I don't think it's even called Shang-Chi, but this is the Iron Fist of this world. Iron Fist has to get his powers by taking the heart of a dragon. And this boy has lived for thousands of years. Well, he has thousands of lifetimes in him. And he came to the realization of like, this isn't the same world that this should be. The dragon is metaphorical, and you're the dragon, nigga.
So he just pulled out his heart.
Pulled out his heart. And that weakens him enough to be able to pull him into another part of the world. He goes back to Earth, not this crazy dimension. I just love this. By the way, I love this. I love like how helpless he looks. I just appreciate that because he's been kicking everyone's asses. Remember, I think issue 9 or 12, he literally kills everyone.
Yeah.
And Tony like brings them all back to life by reversing time. So it's good to see him get his ass kicked a little bit. So he comes back. Yeah. And She-Hulk is like, give me the ones. I'm tired of you, nigga. You fucked up my island. You made me a giant rage monster. I have no future to look forward to because of you, so you will pay. But Hulk gets up and he's like, homie, don't play that. And he gets to killing. All those crabs are like indigenous crabs that were on her island that grossly mutated. So it's like a nice visual of him tearing apart her home once again.
That's funny.
Yeah. As it keeps going, more violence, and I'm a dumb boy, so I appreciate it. Till eventually She-Hulk has just had enough. She-Hulk, she has been, as raged out as she has been, it's mentioned by the Hulk himself that she's more focused. She's learned from all of the mistakes of her past, and she's going to lock in to make sure she takes care of this problem. That problem being the Hulk. And boy, does she take care of him. I gotta say, the dumb violence is really cool, but it means something to me. Because she tears this nigga the fuck up. She finally gets a hand on him, and he's weakened because he had his heart ripped out.
Yeah.
And she's gotten stronger because she's finally like learned to focus that rage instead of just like be a giant gamma bomb that's just as an all area of effect attack. And she beats this nigga bloody to the point that the Ultimates are like, hey, yo, chill.
Are y'all familiar with the phrase, I hate you, nigga, let's die?
Oh, for sure. That was the name of an episode. And she meant it. For a second, she lost it while beating the shit out of him. And this was the result. She snapped at him. She was like, oh, damn. Which was great to see. That's what I want to see. Like, listen, this book is about taking down the demon oligarchs. And to see such a visceral version of that happen in the book by an indigenous person who had their home ripped away from them because of the developments of a bastard that doesn't even live there. Mwah. The metaphor is chef's kiss.
Yeah.
And the series, to me, ended for me right there. But the Ultimate Universe is ending. Don't forget that. And the final panel is, yeah, the Maker got free, so let's go take care of that shit. And everyone's like, oh, well, shit.
Oh, no. Well, I guess the people are there that turn the nukes into music, so, you know, they're problem solvers.
I should hope so. But there's still mad shit they have to do. They have to beat the Maker, because if they don't beat the Maker right then and there, he's just going to rewrite everything again. Because he's become omnipotent.
Isn't the Ultimate Universe coming back?
No.
Yeah.
It's not. There's going to be an ultimate impact. And Miles is, I know. Miles is running around with origin boxes from that universe. And people in the Marvel proper universe are going to be getting powers because of those origin boxes. That's where we get Dominican Power Man, if I remember correctly.
Dominican Power Man.
No, Dominican, what's his face? Oh, we love him. Dominican Wonder Man. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ain't no black. I Wonder Man.
A Dominican Poppy. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I gotta say, I really did enjoy the book. I did, but the problem is, like, it slapped me at the face at the end. Like, Maker's free. It's like, we had such a great ending of, like, this literal indigenous person taking down the Overlord.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, because you have to fit the narrative in, you do have to. Dennis Camp has to say they're leaving to take care of the bigger problem.
I do think with this run, we should have gotten more moments like that, because there aren't a lot of moments in any of the Ultimate books. There are things that happen, like Glowing Baby, that don't amount to anything, right?
Right. It's fair. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
The entire X-Men run, which was my favorite, amounted to fuck all. So it got to a place where it's like, why am I reading these tie-ins and why am I reading these other books where only like maybe like one or two of them are going to matter? And then as we get deeper into it, like then we get the stuff that happened with Spider-Man and then Spider-Man dying. And it's just like, what are we doing?
It's a shame because these moments, I think Spider-Man dying was actually like impactful, but it could have been bigger.
Yeah, but that was a moment though.
That was a moment.
We don't.
It could have been bigger. And on top of that, if you let the books breathe for like, I don't know, man, like another year, I think we could have really had peak.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was so much promise, and the authors showed so much intention with their works in the beginning. Like there was like a message behind each book. There was like a thing, and Marvel said no.
Yeah, because like the Black Panther run was a great retelling of the Black Panther mythos. Not a thing that we've gotten pretty often. So the pieces were there.
Hot take. That might be. Is that my favorite version of Black Panther? The Ultimates version is pretty good.
It's a good one. Vibranium has magic and has a soul and is attacking the people that are using it. That's a fresh take. Some shit I ain't never heard before.
And it's I don't know, man. I like it. I hate the way that it ended because it was so abrupt.
Yeah, there was a magic baby at some point.
There was a magic baby, and
there was a magic baby.
There was a magic baby. It was a magic baby. But that that goes to. I know it sounds like we're dunking on Marvel, but it just goes to the fact that Marvel has been doing things haphazardly and been a bit disrespectful, not only to creators, but to editors and fans for a while, which dovetails us into the next topic in regards to Marvel. They said, fuck you, comics.
Elaborate.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Listen. All right. Let me try to break this down as well as possible. So it's been like 30 years with Marvel that Dan Buckley, the president, has been in the scene. And for the past like almost 10 years, he's been running the show. He's the president of Marvel Publishing, or oversees the publishing. So he's the stopgap between like the MCU stuff, the TV stuff, and like Marvel just being books. Even though there's clear synergy, like Miss Marvel becoming a mutant, that was definitely like a call from above. He stops most of it, as much as you can, right?
Wait. So he stops the cross-pollination of them, or he stops the people with money being like, "Hey, make this a thing so we can make money off it in this other thing."
I don't know how much to a degree, but I do know that he tried at one point in time. He tried to keep the comics as earnest as they could be.
Okay, so he's a good guy.
As a whole, he had his problems, but I don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, because we're getting rid of him. And now we have Brad Winderbaum, who was, before he was the head of Marvel Television and Marvel Animation. He is now overseeing, get this, television, animation, comics, and franchise operations.
Those things he was over, none of them were good. None of them.
That's subjective. We'll get into that later. Not only that, but David Abdo, he's going to join as the general. Come again?
So television has been all right for Marvel, the Marvel television, I would say.
We'll get into that in a second. We can discuss that. But David Abdo, he's joining as the general manager of comics and franchise. And he's expected to handle like much of the day-to-day business and operational work that Buckley previously managed. So this is where things get sticky. Those two guys are, for lack of a better term, just assistants for Feige. I know they hold more power than that, and I don't mean to diminish them, but they were hired in those positions to give Feige like a break. Like, yo, do this shit over here with TV so Feige can focus more on the movies. Do this shit over here so Feige can focus more on promoting just the movies. Now, with those people who are definitely not comic book inclined and answer directly to Feige, do his bidding, and they take out the guy that was the barrier between the comics becoming MCU slop and being like an actual genuine printing brand. There's going to be some gross decisions made. There's going to be less integrity in specific Marvel comic books, in particular when they're gearing up for a specific movie or show.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Now, CB Cebulski said that editorial is going to stay exactly in place, but Disney's still a company, dog. They don't get rid of someone and then put in someone else for no reason. They don't like where Marvel has been taken as far as publishing goes, and someone at the top is like, let's just save money and get rid of the guy and cut down all costs for everything else. Have these guys that were doing one thing do like 4 things instead of just focus on TV and focus on franchising. Have them focus on TV, franchising, and the comic books, which they won't have the time to do properly.
Not at all. I think that. Well, Des, do you want to go before I?
No, you go ahead.
So, a few things. One, when you have people that are in charge of these mediums who are not in love with the mediums, it shows in various ways, right? Like we had mentioned the TV shows before, right? A lot of the TV shows have strayed away from the things that make Marvel essentially like great. And they've gone to the things that they think makes Marvel great, right? Because Miss Marvel was just like Star-Lord, very quippy, very sharp, very wild, like a younger version of that, right? And I think when they talk about the Marvelization and like Hollywood and things like that, you have movies that try and follow this blueprint. You have the TV shows that also try and follow this blueprint. However, Marvel has established a canon where one thing leads to another, which leads to another, and everything is interconnected, like an event, right? Because the Infinity Saga was literally a summer event. It was Infinity, basically, right? And there was all these tie-ins that were supposed to tie in. And now when we get into the second, the third, and fourth phase of Marvel, we're no longer getting that interconnectivity. We're getting pockets of stories that kind of make sense, and we're getting pockets of movies that kind of make sense, but they don't really match up. The parts don't really match. Eternals, can you tell me what Eternals has to do with anything that's going on?
Right now, nothing, even though they definitely wanted it to.
Can you tell me what Moon Knight has anything to do that's going on?
Nothing.
What does Loki have to do with the stuff that's going on? Like it mentioned
multiverse stuff. Multiverse stuff is actually important.
Yeah, but multiverse stuff is like multiverse stuff. It's not like an actual thing. It might play into it, but we don't really know that. Thor 3, what does that have anything to do that's going on?
You mean Thor 4?
Sorry.
Nothing, dog. Nothing really.
So you have these things you have these people that are in charge of these things who their focus is, how do I make this thing make money? Not how do I make a good product, which is what Marvel set out for originally. Because if we take it all the way back to Iron Man 1, that movie was not supposed to succeed, but it did. The reason it succeeded is because of, 1, the IP is great. 2, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, well, I want to, by the way, I agree with most of what you said, but I don't agree with them just wanting to make a good movie. Of course they want to make a good movie. They took a huge gamble and they wanted to make money.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to lose sight of that. Niggas have to get paid.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody feels like, someone has to support their family off these movies.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So when they took that $500 million loan to make Iron Man, it wasn't just to make a fucking jaunt film like, oh, I just want to pay respect to Iron Man. Yeah. They needed money. Them niggas needed to get paid. Them niggas was in dire straits. Yeah. And that's how all companies work. So if you niggas want to if Disney really needs to pare down their spending, because corporations are fucked up all across the board. Mm-hmm. That's a deeper conversation. Okay, cool, do that. I'm a comic book fan, so I see the writing on the wall. I don't want you niggas thinking that we need to have every comic book line up with your blockbuster. Because if your blockbuster's ass is gonna fuck up the continuity of my stories. And on top of that, instead of making genuine stories like you're saying that could make money, they're just gonna go for the same recyclable bullshit hash that they think will sell immediately, which would lead us down an even more boring path for Marvel, which we've been complaining about for at least a year now.
So, I mean, sorry. What y'all were saying? No, you good. I mean, how you were saying, I don't want them to line up in that fashion either, because they've been doing it now. Like, there was like the Punisher, Hulk, and like Spider-Man comic, before before all three of those people make their appearance in the Spider-Man movie, like.
And I know it's going to be ass.
Yeah, it's just a comic that they're printing to have these names out for when the movie comes out. But it has, I mean, if you're reading it, it's just like a nothing burger. But what you were saying earlier with the TV shows, especially having like a format, I will only agree with it partially. A lot of them, it seems as though they wanted to just, go off of that one shot kind of mindset. Like that's how Ironheart felt. That's how Agatha felt. That's how Wonder Man felt. Even though it's got the season 2 coming up now. I didn't see the Vision Quest trailer, but that looks promising. Like if that's good, then that's Marvel Television keeping its word of, to me at least, making sure that the lesser names or the how Iron Man was. Iron Man didn't get to that point until Robert Downey Jr., what I'm saying, in that movie. But, beforehand, Iron Man was just a whimsical Marvel character that, that lesser people would have, probably mentioned beforehand. So I like how the television picks those characters specifically to highlight them. But that's all I wanted to say with that.
Yeah, and I can agree with that. I like them highlighting the lesser known characters because Moon Knight is one of my favorite characters, and they did him justice in the TV show, right? Yeah, I love Moon Knight, but my issue is that if you say this is an interconnected universe, but you don't speak to the interconnectivity of the universe, right? Which we've got in Wonder Man, right? Wonder Man is a direct result of the stuff that happened in Thunderbolts and it's to happen in Avengers, where now there's damage control and now there's all these things in place where like people that have powers, you get rounded up because if you are basically a walking nuke, we have to put you somewhere because if you have a bad day, you could destroy a city block. Like what happened in Wonder Man, right?
I was gonna say, like, actually it happened. So
so I'm not speaking against it. What I'm saying is you have interconnected elements, and even having the Mandarin in there, interconnected element.
Yeah.
But to the overarching thing that's happening at the end of December, the big comic book event, big movie event, there's no setup for it. We're just going to get dropped immediately into it and say, oh, all these stories that have been happening, yeah, they're just connected now. But Marvel Phase 1 did a good job of showing everybody was connected to a degree through various means that had nothing to do with each other, but they had things to do with each other because there was a through line. And
I think we're starting to. I do want to say though, you're right about all that too. I'm more worried about the comics than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the comics than anything else. Like this stuff, this is not going to affect the movies whatsoever. I don't think this affects the movie whatsoever. Actually, it might make the movies better because now Kevin Feige really doesn't give a fuck about anything but the movies.
This is bad territory. But DC absolute cooking up, you need to put your focus in the crack cocaine that was.
And then especially with James Gunn doing his thing, so far he hasn't released a bad project yet. Since he's taken the helm, or at least in my opinion, I don't know what the webs are saying, but he hasn't. We still have to see what Supergirl does. We still have to see what Lanterns does. But so far, they look good. And we also haven't seen a bad project. Even Creature Commandos. I don't know if you guys watched it. Creature Commandos was great.
It was great. But as a comic book lover, like I said before, I see that. I remember when Kevin Feige took over Marvel proper at the beginning of the pandemic or whatever, however long ago that was.
That's when it started?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna have to flash this here, but yeah, he back way before I think he became the president of Marvel as a whole, like 5, 6 years ago. And I remember thinking, this isn't good. Like, this is gonna lead to way too many synergies. There's no way you can keep this up. 6 years later, this nigga can't keep it up. The movies are suffering, and he hires two stooges who don't really probably give a fuck about comics and just had more extra work added onto their plate for an extra 100K a year. So they're just going to streamline. I hope that they don't, but it's clear that they're probably going to just streamline whatever they think is going to happen with the movies into the comics, making the comics even more stifled than they are right now, which is terrible. There's going to be IP farms. I'm praying I'm wrong. I'm praying I'm wrong.
The thing that I at least want to see, and they're both Disney properties, right? Star Wars, right? Star Wars is a great example of what happens when we have people that love the source material and they get adopted by the OG, right? Because the people that are at the helm of Star Wars right now, I forget it's who is John Dave Filoni and Favreau. Yeah, like they studied under George Lucas. They know the Star Wars canon better than anybody because they studied under God, right? They are literal prophets of the gospel of Star Wars in every iteration, in every sense. Kevin Feige was that at one point.
Yeah.
He loved Marvel. He loved the concepts that were happening in the comic books, and he wanted to bring that to the screen. Now he's no longer in that position. I'm sure he still has that, like, I want to see this stuff happen, but he's so busy. And now he's got two people under him who don't give a shit. Their job is just the bottom line, and I think the comics are going to suffer a bit.
And I think that I think so too. I think the lack of acknowledgement of the Ultimate Universe and ending it so early, it makes sense now because the people coming in probably knew they were coming in a while ago, and some calls were made that were like, "Hey, this isn't going to line up with what we're going to be doing with the MCU." And CB Cebulski was probably like, "Yeah, but it's selling. It's not lining up with what we want, so we're going to end it." Between that and Jonathan Hickman, who Marvel reportedly pays fucking through the nose for, leaving, the money guys at the top and the people who definitely want to make their lives easier because they have like 4 different things to watch over now are like, there's no point even trying to track this. Let's just get rid of it so we can make our true blue, regular, degular, back to basics Marvel superheroes.
Where's Hickman going? Is he going to DC?
No, he's sticking to Marvel forever.
Bro, he's doing the Midnight X-Men, isn't he?
Oh yeah, the Marvel Absolute Universe.
Yeah. Yes. Real quick, I also want to say, whenever DC does too good for too long, Marvel panics. They don't know what to do. They are doing everything in their power to try to get a foothold back on the market. A year of not being on top. Oh no.
Yeah,
and unless they do a lot very soon, hopefully Chip Zdarsky does great with his Armageddon thing and continue it for a whole nother year, they're not going to take the market back.
No, I hope the comics suffer, and I hope they take that out.
Yeah.
I hope that the people at the top, what's his name? I'm going to pull up his name one more time. I hope that you, Mr. Brad Winderbaum and David Abdo, I hope you do the best by these books and don't treat them as just IP farms that you can just get a whole bunch of slop and money in returns from. I hope you treat them as the honor of American lore that they are, even though it doesn't look like it right now.
Good talk.
Good talk. Desmond doesn't believe none of that shit for a fucking second. All right. Let's get into recommendations, y'all.
They gonna milk that shit. Recommendations. My recommendation, clearly, as every week as it has been, is the wonder and whimsy and horror of Witch Hat. Okay. I stand behind it. Psycho Gojo. He might be crazier than actual Gojo.
Stuff got a couple screws loose.
A little bit. Yeah. Screws are not in the building.
Yeah, no.
This might be a first for me, but I'm gonna recommend the One Piece episode. Yeah, that was
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it was just shout out to Nico, right? That's no, it was Rob.
Nico Robin. Nico Robin.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Demon Child.
It was a heartfelt episode. It was a great episode. It's one of those heartwarming episodes. Y'all won't guess it because I didn't talk about it on the show. After we talked about the topics, I read this book and said, "Oh no, this is better than any other book I read this week."
It's fire. Oh wow!
Superman, issue number 38.
Superboy.
This book is so fucking good. Why do I relate to Superboy Prime?
Because he's the GOAT. Because he's the GOAT.
He's not. He's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT that you remember. He's not the GOAT you remember. He's gone through a different change. He is very much so cool. He's a comic book nerd, first and foremost, which is canon. That's always been a thing.
Yeah.
He is trying to hold down his job. He's trying to find a good work-life balance. There's this girl that he's interested in. I don't know, man. I like him. And I don't want to spoil the end of the book because it's very intriguing. But I can say this. He gets put in a similar situation that he was in before. And it's a great opportunity to show his actual character growth. I will point, I'm going to add this in post. I will point to a panel that makes me like him even more that was revealed. I never thought in my 33 years of living that I would want to make sure that Superboy Prime is okay. Save my nigga.
Listen, he was a YN crash out. Now he got a job, he got a girl, he got his education, got his CDL license.
He got a CDL. Yeah, he got a CDL.
Listen, he just trying to make it out the hood. He realized that gangbanging lifestyle ain't for him no more.
100%. He's way more chill. And he works at a comic book shop, by the way, which I think is adorable.
W. Yeah.
Yeah. W to him. I love him. I pray that when Superman comes back, you can just put him in a book that I can read. And I don't usually say that a lot. Like when a character's like arc is over, I'm like, okay, but no, I need to keep reading this. Joshua Williams said, keep writing this nigga. This is too good.
I love that part about comics, like how he could be a comic book fan, like in the comic. In Damon's for the latest episode, they show one of the people, in the high families. His Damon's are black and white, and it's ink and whiteout, and he's a mangaka. So
wow.
That's hard. That's hard.
That's fire.
It's really cool. I was like, man, I love it when the mediums do that, like have them in the work.
They do this in this too. He gets like put through unfinished pages, and there's one specific page where he gets shoved through an advertisement.
Well, that's another thing we could tear him over for. But we're not going to talk about the massive amounts of advertisement in Marvel actual comics. We're going to leave that alone.
You've noticed that too, right? Yeah, we'll talk about that another day.
Sounds like they're hemorrhaging money.
That was another grand episode of Dots and Lines. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell us some books that you're reading. Tell us why you think like Marvel needs some help. Tell us why you think the Absolute Run is goated. Hope you guys have a great day. Read some comics. Be nice to each other. Okay, bye.